So, for this week, we are talking about the top 5 bears. This is going to be highlights of that discussion. If you want to see more, please check out twitch.tv/rangerswamp. That is twitch.tv/rangerswamp. That is all. Hope you enjoy the video.
And as you can see here, we have our own, or you have your own bear. The what would he be called? The Rangan Swamp? Rangan Swamp?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Rangan Swamp here, and bears inspired. Obviously, there's so much cartoons, books, what have you. And I didn't realize this. I made my list, Ranger Swamp, and I already had Ranger Bear. Someone hates Monokuma, by the way.
Good. Also bad.
Yeah. But I made a list and I came up with immediately like 12 without even thinking about it. And that's how usually what I do. I just sort of throw things on the wall and say, okay, well, this is where we're at. So I'm going to start with my honorable mention. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a second. Bear with me.
Because when Peter Monokuma, there were no consequences.
There
are no consequences.
Is a bear that you guys seen recently, but probably not the original. His name is Teddy Ruxpin. This was I've never owned one, although in reality I wanted to. My parents never got it for me. They got it for my sisters because, you know, they hated me, I guess. I don't know.
All right. So, for my honorable mention, we have Winnie the Pooh.
Yes. Okay.
Well, to be fair, I did not grow up with the Winnie the Pooh cartoons.
Yeah.
Sadly, but I knew of Winnie the Pooh. I thought, why not just, you know, give him a shout out. Obviously, can't talk about bears without bringing up Winnie the Pooh himself.
Yeah.
Always trying to get honey. Oh, always getting stuck in his conquest for devouring the sustenance that bees need to survive. But you know what? I like it. I respect his endeavor. And you know what? Yeah. In some weird way, the way he eats that honey, he always makes that honey look good.
Now, everyone, my next picks are just getting into the mindset of bears I want to hang out with, I want to eat with, who I want to drink with, who I respect for their hustle, and I'll explain it, obviously, but that's where my mentality goes. All right?
Got it.
My number 5 is going to be Baloo from the Jungle King. I think he sort of introduced Hakuna Matata before that was a thing. I also like the fact that instead of eating the human child, he decided to protect it. And I just like his fucking voice, the original, that smooth. If I had his voice, right? If I had his voice game, I would be unstoppable on the dating scene, Ranger Swamp.
All right. Well, for my number 5, we have the Ice Bear from We Bare Bears.
Yeah.
A nice little cartoon on Cartoon Network. And let me just say this. Ice Bear is clearly the best bear. Everyone else has their own goals, ambitions. Yeah. Ice Bear is just chilling.
Yeah.
He's also known to do very random things, such as suspiciously carry an axe around. He knows how to use shurikens, and for some reason, he's also probably an assassin, but we haven't really cleared that up just yet. But what is certain is Ice Bears are very interesting bear whenever he's on the scene.
My number 4 is none other than probably right now the most famous one out of the group, just because of the current not really recent movies, but he's also had some shows. Poe from Kung Fu Panda. Now, again, told you guys, these picks where I would hang out with Baloo and me and him would be smashing. Me and Poe.
Skadoosh.
Skadoosh. Well, yeah. That had a different meaning in my mind, but
wait, what?
Me and him would be fighting the villains and then eating a lot afterwards. There's no two better combination other than what me and Baloo are going to do, which is find a couple. Anyways, we won't get into that. That's my whole imagination going wild.
Nice. I see no other number 4s. Well, speaking of smashing, this next pick actually happens to be featured in such a game. This is going to be Banjo from Banjo and Kazooie.
Okay.
Probably one of the, in my opinion, kind of forgotten platformer characters from the N64.
Yeah.
The reason why I picked Banjo is because Banjo is a very simple guy, you know? He runs around, jumping around, going on adventures. Banjo 1 and 2. 3 we don't talk about because they kind of completely dropped the ball on that one.
All right, getting down to our final 3. Everyone think of your final 3. I'm going to continue with mine. My top 3, or my number 3 on my number 3 slot is going to be Yogi Bear. It's a Hanna-Barbera character, and you can see Yogi Bear here running away with the food with his little homie Boo Boo. Hey Boo Boo. Hey Boo Boo. He is a bear that says fuck society and making him feel like I gotta act a certain way. All he does is just steal shit from dumb humans. So I sort of respect that. I respect the fact that he wants to walk his own path, even though he can technically be shot on the spot. Anyways, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is going to be Panda from Jujutsu Kaisen. The reason why I like Panda is because when you get introduced to Panda, you get everyone's backstories on the 30 years, and he just introduced as, oh yeah, that's Panda. Anyways,
Panda.
That's it. He's just a panda. But also, I like how Panda is just overall just a chill person.
Yeah.
And ironically, he's not even a real panda. He's more of a spirit inside a cursed corpse.
Yeah.
And because of that, he has other abilities where he's not a panda.
My number 2 is Ted. I like the movies. I like the fact that as a bear, again, he was just a person who didn't give a fuck. He wasn't even overwhelmed that he was alive, right? Like the idea that he was alive, he was like, fuck it, I'm just going to be who I am. And then if you remember this scene, you know that he's scanning in a lot of groceries on this scene. So, Ted's going to be my number 2. I just think he's funny. I just think that if I was a bear, I would most closely be Ted. Out of all the bears, this is who I would be.
My number 2 pick for top 5 bears is Monokuma.
Nice.
Of course, from the Danganronpa series. Yeah. Ironically, did you know that several people wanted Monokuma in Smash?
Oh, really?
They were very disappointed with who the final fighter was.
Yeah.
I mean, ironic in the sense because the spare is a big part of Danganronpa, so it worked out.
My number 1, Fozzie Bear from the Muppets. Fozzie Bear is a bear who's best friends with Kermit the Frog. And then he also tells jokes. He tells horrible jokes all the time. people make fun of him. People say you're horrible. They laugh at him. You know, you got those two dudes from the rafters just always making fun of him. But he keeps pushing on. This is why he's my number one. He's my number one because he's doing what he loves, and he keeps trying his very best. And you got to respect that. And I also think that his jokes are funny. A lot of his jokes miss, but some of them give me a good chuckle. But that's why he's my number one. Very nostalgic for me. I think with him, and then maybe Baloo are probably my two favorite of the bears.
All right, here we go. For my number one, we have Kuma from Tekken.
Yeah.
Look at him now, ladies and gentlemen. That is not an average bear.
It's not.
You may think the way he fights, he's more interested in actually biting his opponents or eating them. No. Kuma knows martial arts. He is the pet bear of one of the strongest humans in the Tekken universe.
Yeah.
And actually, he's also an officer of the private military force this man has. That's right. He's actually really intelligent.
That is the end of the discussion. If you had a bear that you felt belonged on the list, please do leave a comment below giving your top 5 bears. That is all. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time.